everyone, it's Mark here, and today we're going to be working on the Mecatech FW01. We're talking trim pipes today, and you know there's lots of trim pipes in the market out there, but they all have one thing in common, and that's the need to be clean. So why does having a clean pipe give me an edge? Well, a trim pipe is designed in such a way that this area here reflects pulses back into the engine on that one exhaust stroke. And when I say pulses, that's some unused fuel and air mixture that gets forced back into the cylinder under pressure. So on the next combustion stroke, you have a pressurized air and fuel mixture within that combustion chamber. It's like turbocharging your engine. That's why they make them. So you can see by having a spotlessly clean pipe on the inside, how that would help performance in an engine. It's the ability to reflect those pressure waves back into the engine that you're looking for. These two-stroke engines build up over time with carbon, and their ability to give you that crisp edge diminishes. So hopefully you can see now why having a sparkling clean pipe on the inside can help you. And today's pro tip is how to get back those fresh pipe feels. Now for the fun part, let's get into it. I'll start with everything you need first. First step is to block off the manifold. So we're going to need something to block off the manifold. I'm going to use one of my little cover plates. A couple of screws, a couple of nuts. We also need a syringe. This is a 50ml syringe with a removable tip on it. These are used for barbecuing, for basting meats, I think. I've picked that up from my local hardware store. Also, a little bit of clear tube from the local hardware store. This is 13mm or 1/2 inch. Some paint stripper and some gloves to protect your hands, and always a good idea to have some safety glasses on when you're mucking around with some paint stripper. Let's get this cap on. Start with putting the screws in from underneath. They won't fit otherwise. Put the cap on. Again, you could probably just tape this off. Use some gaffer tape, duct tape. Then we fit the plastic tube to the exhaust outlet. Just stretch it over the end. So this is the 1/2 inch or 13mm. Fits on there perfectly. Right, under the cleaning. So today, I'm just going to use a generic paint stripper for this. And what we're going to do is we're going to fill this syringe full of the paint stripper, and then we're going to put 50ml into this pipe. Just put my gloves on. You want to make sure you do this in a well ventilated area too. Draw up the paint stripper into the syringe. So I've got about 50ml there. Then we're going to put that 50ml into the exhaust.
this paint stripper will clean up and wash out with water. Next step is to cable tie this end shut. And then give that a good shake around. Make sure that it gets in everywhere, down to the manifold and all around the pipe. What you'll find is, as the paint stripper works on that carbon and starts to dissolve it, it'll thin down and become easier to move in there. I've also used in the past, diluted this with water, and it's worked just as well. And you can already see, I mean, we're going to leave this for a little while, but you can already see, look at that coming out of the pipe. Pretty crazy. So all that's left to do now is leave that for a couple of hours. And if you're after an idea on what to do for 2 hours, so the 2 hours is up, and look what the paint stripper has done to the carbon inside that pipe. It's going to be clean in there. All right, let's wash this baby out. So I'm lucky enough to be doing this in my workshop, but I wouldn't be doing this in your kitchen sink, guys. If you don't have somewhere in your workshop, you need to do it outside. Now we'll just rinse it out with some fresh water. Look at the carbon coming out of there. Hopefully you can see that. Hopefully you can just see how much is coming out of there. Wow, look at that. One thing I also like to do while my pipe's in the sink is give the outside a bit of a coat of paint stripper. It really brings up the pipe like new again. Really worthwhile doing. Just give the whole pipe a good coat in the paint stripper. It only needs around 5 minutes to soak and then just wash off. Remember though, you need some gloves on. Just look at how well the Samp 7 turned out, guys. Look how clean it is. And you can see that paint stripper just made short work of anything that was on that pipe. On it and in it. The inside now is just how it left the factory. Well, that's it. That's the end of today's video. I really hope you enjoyed it. If you have enjoyed it, go ahead and subscribe and like and even comment. The last couple of videos have received some really great comments. I love seeing some feedback. I love chatting with you guys. So if you haven't signed up to YouTube to be able to subscribe or comment, the process is really easy. If you've got a Gmail account, you're 90% of the way there. So, you know, do it if you can, guys. There's plenty more videos like this one coming up that I've got planned. So stay tuned and I'll catch you next time.